Welcome back to another special episode of Swoop. Today is Father's Day, and I've got Dad here next to me. So last time, earlier this year, I interviewed Mum, had a chat with Mum about a little bit of everything. So I thought we'll get Dad on as well. Before we start, saying that Mum's happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, all the father figures out there, and all the father figures and dads that aren't with us anymore. Dad, happy Father's Day. Welcome. This might be the first. No, you've been on vlogs, so it's the first time we're talking on camera.
Yes, interview.
First interview on. So you probably, if you come to the games and see me at the games, you've probably seen Dad around. Sits next to me, we see each other all the time. You've seen him when we do swooping around. He's the one with the big camera rig, the big light. There's a lot of questions when I do, well, there's a lot of trolls, but there's also a lot of questions that when we're doing like the last 5 minute reaction, the last quarter reaction and stuff. How am I recording myself and all that stuff? Dad's recording that.
So when we're recording it, Dad has this big telescopic 360 camera and he holds it for the whole quarter.
Yes.
But it's not heavy though.
No, it's quite light, and it's designed to take 360 degrees around, so we're actually not pointing it directly at Luke. I know that the video looks like that, but it's just, you can hold it any which way. And,
you can't make that interactive, can you? YouTube doesn't let you do that. I wonder if there's a...
yeah, you can. You can.
What do you mean?
You can actually download it as a 360
But
video.
not to put it up to YouTube.
I believe you can. I haven't tried it.
We'll have to check it out, because that'd actually be pretty sick.
Yeah, and then you can pan right around, yeah.
Cool, so I guess we'll just sort of crack into it. So whenever I get asked how did I sort of follow football and stuff, it's always, you know, or if people come up to you and say, oh, you know, you raised a mad Collingwood supporter, but it was the opposite way, wasn't it?
It wasn't me at all. Never followed football. As Luke got more into it, I was always, happy to see both my boys, whatever they like to sort of get into and be passionate about. That's what I love to see, no matter what it is. And definitely football was never on the cards. Never took them to a football. Oh, we did go to Aussie Rule.
Auskick.
Auskick.
Yep.
And we tried Auskick and soccer and
Every which way.
everything. But then as that probably sort of started it, I suppose, with the Auskick. As we started getting into that Auskick and started helping around a little bit. And then once Luke picked the team, because up until then, I still didn't have a team that I really followed. Luke picked the team and he got me hooked onto it. So, and same with my parents, we were never a football family. Now, my dad, who's 77, and my mum, same age, they absolutely love football. They watch it all the time. They watch Swoop Luke. They love Collingwood. That's pretty much happened the other way around.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
I love football and I love the Collingwood. You know.
Yeah, it's been a good journey. Like we were just normal members, upgraded to Legends membership a couple of years ago, at the right time, thankfully.
Oh, seeing the grand final.
Well, yeah, that was the next question. So before we get into last year's grand final, you went to the 2011 grand final, the Collingwood Geelong.
Yeah.
And as people who watch my channel know, they know that I hate Carlton with a passion. I know a lot of good Carlton people still hate the team, but you have another team that you absolutely hate more than the Blues or Essendon.
Yeah, definitely Geelong. I just see Geelong, they could be winning by 180 points and they'd still celebrate the goals after it. And that Tommy Hawkins, I'll never forget that, what he done to us. We thought, I think they were going to get rid of him at one stage before he played that game.
Yeah.
And, I'd rather see Carlton win than Geelong for me. So there you go.
So what was that 2011? So obviously we won 2010. So we watched it at Fed Square.
Yep.
Then we obviously had the draw. Then we watched it back here at home. And then 2011 happens. You go with Uncle Cole. So, you see Meatloaf.
Well, 2011, that was the first grand final I've ever been to. So, I didn't really enjoy it at all.
Yeah.
And the tickets that we had, there were these corporate tickets that my brother-in-law managed to get. Amazing. They put on an amazing entertainment before the venue and then after, separate from the MCG just across the road.
Yeah.
But we had the privilege of
You saw Meatloaf before?
Yeah. We saw Meatloaf before. And to be honest, I thought I was hearing things when I was hearing him, and no one else was really reacting. So I go, it must be just the way people sing now. Like I haven't really listened to him for so long. But I did have a Twitter account back then, before Luke even
yeah. Before
told them about it,
before
but he
any
didn't want to
Swoop,
listen.
Yeah.
And I sort of started looking at the live feeds, and people were saying the same thing. So I said, "Oh, great!" And yeah, he was absolutely shocking.
Yeah, far out.
But yeah, that grand final was, yeah, didn't enjoy it at all. No part of it.
Nah, could only imagine.
The lead up was probably better than the
Yeah,
actual
yeah, I
game.
remember you saying that as well. So then last year we get to experience. So actually, it kind of took off in the prelim. The year before when we went to Sydney together, we had
Yeah.
that whole news thing. Do you remember that? So for those who weren't following me a couple of years ago, so 2022 happened. I bought. So we were Collingwood in a prelim over in Sydney. I had bought 2 tickets to surprise Dad anyway, and I said, "Look, I've got a ticket to the. I just got 1 ticket to the prelim. I'm going to fly up, or said I was going to drive up, or
you said
something.
you were gonna
Yeah,
drive
drive up." And Dad's like, "Nah." Well, you tell the story.
I was hoping that he wouldn't go at all, but then he said, "Yeah, I'm going to be." I actually saw it on message on Facebook
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
That he said he's driving up by himself to Sydney.
Oh yeah, you text me.
And then I texted him. I said, "No, you're not going by yourself." And I said, "I'll come with you. I'll just drive him up there, drop him off, and go and watch it at a pub or whatever, and bring him back home." But
Then I
ended up getting a ticket.
then I
for him.
said, "Actually, I got you a ticket
Yeah.
as well." And then that blew up.
He knew I was going to fail. He knew
I
I was
knew.
going to take him.
I knew I couldn't be asked driving to Sydney by myself.
Oh, God.
And then it kind of blew up. We got on national TV, which was really nice when I drive up. Justin, my brother, and Dad's obviously his other son, came with us. We got Justin a ticket as well. So we drove up to Sydney, drove back. I put it in the vlog where our the car got a flat. We had to stay in Albury overnight. So that was a start. That was the start of it. So we obviously come from that losing prelim by a point. Fast forward to the grand final. We get grand final tickets. We are privileged to go to the grand final. Lots of people don't go to the grand final. I understand that personally. We were in the nosebleed section. I headbutted the roof of the
Literally
MCG.
leaning against it.
Yeah. So if I headbutt the roof of the MCG, that's when you know something. When you know something's askew. But we got to witness that grand final together. Way different to 2010 because we were there, obviously.
Yeah.
But with everything that the Swoop's done and with everything that you've done for me, that was a moment that I would cherish forever. That was so special.
It was, it doesn't come around that often, and then you start. I myself at the game was thinking all the moments that led up to it, and like everything has to click to make. Like it's such a big deal to get to the grand final. Like. Absolutely amazing that one game, with a loss or a draw can just change the whole outcome. And I remember clearly sitting there thinking anything could have went one way and we wouldn't be here today. And it just makes you appreciate it more. And it wasn't too bad at the back when we won and the fireworks went off. They were literally on top of us. We could hear it. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
It was incredible. It was it was such a special moment because everything has led up to it. It was like especially like the 5 years of Swoop led up to it, and the years of going to the football just like together and helping me set up and helping with the thing. It was like it just paid dividends in the end. And obviously, 2018 when we didn't have Swoop and it was just the losing grand final. It was 02 and 03 losing grand finals. It was everything that culminated in this win. And it was absolutely incredible. But regarding, so that's the football sort of side of stuff. But what does it mean? And I asked Mum the sort of the same question. What does it mean to raise two, not even boys, just 2 children? When you had us when you were 21, 22?
Yeah, 21.
21.
Yeah.
And yeah, lots of sort of ups and downs and stuff. But what is it, to see us in our 30s now?
I mean, all parents will feel that, and one day, hopefully, Luke and Justin will also feel it. I remember my dad telling me before I had kids, that having kids is just a complete other level. It tops everything that you can ever do in life. And I feel raising children in this, especially in this environment now, it's very difficult. It's very difficult with all the distractions and everything that's going on. So even more so now, raising kids. And to me, and my wife, and my mum and dad, and my sisters and brother, family is absolutely number one priority. No matter what you do in life, it's crucial for everything. And the kids, both Luke and Justin, you know, they'll go on through life and hopefully pass on the values that me and his mum put into them. But they don't realise as well that not everyone has those values. And, you know, to help others that are struggling in that sense, and Luke's a big advocate of that, is fantastic. Because, yeah, definitely Luke and Justin are privileged to have that bond and family. And some of it, with different circumstances, it's beyond their control. But guys, you know, the family to me and my wife, all of us, is paramount. It doesn't matter what you achieve in life. That is, to me, it's 30 years old. I've pretty much, I can say now, I've achieved everything that I've ever needed to achieve. There's absolutely nothing greater than that. So having kids was always on the plan, and we also said that it was only going to be 2 kids because we wanted to give as much attention. Hats off to the people that have 4, 5 and 6 kids. Very tough. But yeah, so that was our plan. We were hoping to get a pigeon pair, but we didn't. We got 2 boys. So
What's a pigeon pair?
a boy and a girl.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
But yeah, wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, that's it's a beautiful thing, and hopefully everyone gets to experience it.
Yeah, and it's like, and it kind of ties in perfectly with Collingwood and what Craig McCrae has, and we'll talk about that in a second, what Craig McCrae has sort of instilled in the football club, and it's very family first, and you hear, you know, Scott Pendenbury, Jeremy Howe, Steele Sullivan, these older guys saying that, you know, back when they were sort of starting out and stuff, it was very much football, football, football. Now it's open. Their kids know all the players, and you know, it's obviously a big thing. But speaking of Craig McCrae, we got to meet him.
Yeah, wow.
When we did the, we got invited to the Take the Steps documentary release. This was probably January this year or something, February this year. How was that?
Oh, that was crazy, because as much as Luke can get on and interview people with no notes and everything, hats off to him, he does a great job. But when we get invited to something like that, which doesn't happen very often, but we did, and I said, Luke, go around and, you know, speak to a player, and he's like, no, they're on they're on their time off, you know, I don't want to. So I said, all right. So we just basically sat there eating popcorn.
Yeah, we did popcorn and drinks.
Before the movie started. So we were just sitting outside the foyer, and Craig McCrae was walking past with his family, and he just sort of, Swoop. And that was absolutely mind-blowing, and got introduced to him, and what a great person. Like, you could see the values straight off, you know. So yeah, that was quite a big. It was very almost like it was just every time when we do something, it's just going to happen, and it's just off the cuff, and, you know, like Craig McCrae's been to our place, and it feels like hey,
very
Swoop, what are you doing here? Like and he was it was very casual and
casual.
You can see he's a very genuine
100%. You can see why Collingwood is the way that it is at the moment. So look, before we wrap it up, it's end of the season now. We're not playing finals. Who do you think is going to win the whole thing?
I still think the Swans are going to take this home. So
you don't mind the Swans? I don't mind the Swans.
Yeah. And I'll tell you that when we did go up to Sydney,
it was beautiful.
It was the Swans. That ground, where was that?
SCG.
wow.
SCG? Yeah, SCG.
It's SCG. It was just an awesome atmosphere. Even though there was a lot of red and white there, it was just an awesome atmosphere. Definitely, if you've never been up there to watch Collingwood Cup, as Swans, definitely go up. And I actually said to Mum that
We'll go up.
next year.
We'll play there next year, definitely.
And they're such good winners as well.
Yeah, they were. They were. Yeah.
When they won, it was that's it.
It was good.
There's no,
Yeah, it was nice.
So we probably would have brought the house down if we
Far out.
So that was great, and yeah, I wish them all the best. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's who I've got tipped. But awesome. So thank you for coming on to
No
I know you were a bit reluctant, but thank you for coming
that's
on. Happy Father's Day. I love you very much. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Thank you, mate. I love you too.
And yeah, happy Father's Day to everyone else out there, father figures, etc. And swoop you later. Bye.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
I'll put this in right at the end.
Oh, you're recording already?
Yeah.